Welcome. Thanks for joining us for this feel good flow. We are going to start today in a tabletop position. So if you want to come onto all fours, and we're going to start with some loosening up. So if you want to widen your knees apart and even slide them a little bit further back. And we're going to start to move, flowing from side to side, rolling through the hips, doing whatever feels right here. Okay. So you can move your hips to the side, feel that stretch with your head turned to the other side. Move your hips to the other side, turn your head. We'll do that one more time each side. And then we'll release, and then start to notice your breathing here. And slow it down, rolling through your hips. We'll go in the opposite direction, rolling through the hips, circling. And this time as you come back, stretch back as much as your body allows here. Keep your hands forward, even slide them forward a bit more. And on your next inhale, come into more of a half plank. And exhale all the way down to child's pose for a moment. Inhale, we're going to pop back up to half plank. We're going to exhale, stretch the arms forward, slide them forward along your mat to come into the half dog or puppy pose. And then inhale back to half plank. And exhale all the way down with your hips towards your feet in the child's pose. This time here in child's pose, we're going to slide both arms towards one side of the mat. Pause here for a few breaths. And then we'll slide them back to center over to the other side. Pause here for a few breaths. And come back to center. We're going to pop back up here. And this time to lift the left arm straight up. We're going to flow it then over along the mat, palm facing up towards the right side. Come down onto that shoulder, onto the side of the head and thread the needle. We'll pause here for 2 to 3 breaths. Just really feeling this out in your back. You can adjust your hips slightly, just bringing them over to the left if you find that they're moving to the right. And this time as you inhale, come back to center. Okay, and we're gonna lift the right arm up and slide it over to the left. Come down. Breathing in and out here. And 2 more breaths. The next time you inhale, come back to center. Moving more into the table position. We're going to flow through a few rounds of the cat-cow. On the inhale, looking forward, lifting the chin. On the exhale, arching your back, lifting your belly, head down. Continue to flow here. Moving with your breath at your own pace. Really feeling that out, that movement in your spine. It's starting to really loosen all the muscles of your back. Lubricating your spine. We'll do this for 2 more breaths. Okay, so a breath that you can hear, we call Ujjayi breath, especially on that exhale. you need to get into it, we'll try one more time. Inhale, look forward. Exhale. This time, breathe out through your mouth like you're fogging up a mirror. Good. Inhale, looking forward. This time, try to breathe out through your nose, similar to that. It doesn't have to be as loud, softer. And then we're going to come back to center. We're going to walk the hands in a little bit, come onto your fingertips. We're going to turn the hands the other way for a moment and stretch the hands and the wrists and those lower arms. Okay, and then come upright, a little bit more aligned here. We're going to open through the shoulders, so stay in a kneeling position and just start to circle up here. If you need a little padding underneath your knees, feel free to add a folded blanket or towel. Moving the arms and shoulders in the opposite direction. And then we'll bring the arms out to the side and just a little movement here. Rolling in a circle, gradually making that circle wider and wider. And releasing, and then we'll reverse and move in the opposite direction. And slow little circles, gradually widening out. Good. This time, inhale, reach your arms straight up. Exhale, take the arms and cross, or not cross, but clasp the hands behind the back. And we'll come into this pose here. Reach the arms back slightly. Feel that nice stretch here. And when you're ready, you can also fold at your hips. And if you want to just watch me for a moment, I'm going to try to bring my head a little bit to come more onto the top of the head. Very light pressure here, just a tiny little bit. Call that the yoga mudra. You can inhale and come up and release. We'll try it one more time. Take a breath in, reach your arms out, and exhale, hinging from the hips, coming onto just the top of the head, reaching arms straight up. And then all the way back up again. Good. Releasing the arms, releasing the shoulders. And we'll curl the toes under. We're going to come onto the feet. Before we do, we might pause in a squat for a few breaths. So in the squat, we can have it moving, dynamic, to loosen up again through the lower half of your body. Okay, and then we'll come on to the feet, rooting down. Before we come all the way upright, we're just going to circle those knees a little bit. And then move in the opposite direction. Okay, plant your feet down, come all the way up to standing. And I'm just going to step to the front of my mat. A little bit more warm-ups, and then we're going to flow through a few rounds of the Sun Salutations. So before we do, we're just going to rock back and forth in the feet. And it's starting to wake them up a little bit more. You can also test your balance here. So inhale, lift your arms at the same time, come up onto your feet. And exhale, release. We'll try that a couple more times. And one more time like that. Okay, inhale, just keep your feet rooted down. Exhale, we'll come into the chair pose, strengthening through the legs. If you want, you can have your hands placed on your thighs. That's more supportive for your lower back. If it feels okay, reach those arms out. Okay, and then release. We can bring the palms in and then straighten the legs, reach the hands up. And as you exhale, release. Release your arms back down to your sides. Okay. One more thing here. We're just gonna move into a bit of a twisting motion. I'm just gonna show you from the side, or from the front, I should say. We're gonna let the arms flow a few times from side to side. And you can also add a bit of a bend to your knees. We'll do this for a few more breaths. All right, come back to center. Just shake it out, shake out through the arms, wiggle out through the legs, get that circulation flowing. We're going to start with just breaking down the series of postures here. For the first time we do this, we're just going to come up with the arms and down into forward bend. Halfway up and then down again and then all the way back up, and we'll complete there. Okay, so I'll show you how it's done. Inhaling, lifting the arms up. Exhale, arms release, bending forward. This is our first forward bend. So inhale, come halfway up. You can have your knees slightly bent. Exhale all the way down. And planting your feet, rooting down to rise up on the next breath in. Exhale, hands down at your chest. We'll complete that again. Breathing in and breathing out. You can bend your knees. Breathing in, halfway up. Breathing out, sinking down into your forward bend. Plant those feet. Slowly rise up, arms reaching. Exhale. Good. So we're starting to connect our movements to the rhythm of our breath. We'll see how that went for you. Hopefully that was going good. This time we're going to add a bit of a pose. It's not in the sun salutation, but it's going to help us get ready for that lower lunge. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing to start. Breathing in, reaching up. Breathing out, releasing down, forward bend. Breathing in, halfway up. This time, step where you are. We're not going to lower down and then step back. We're just going to step back with the right leg. We're going to stay upright in a standing position. And we're going to work on our standing lunge here, warrior one pose. So you can bend and straighten that front leg. You can align your hips forward. Keep that front knee bent. We're going to lift up through the back heel. Find a focal point here. Try not to look too much at my body. So you're staying within yourself. Good. Plant your back heel. Stay here. And if you feel balanced, you can bring your arms up with the breath in. And breath out. We're going to come forward over this front leg as we start to straighten it a little bit. Plant through that back heel again. Just a nice little release stretch for that front leg. Inhale, coming back to warrior one, bending that front knee. Exhale, release your arms and step your feet together. Okay, breathing in, reach your arms up. Breathing out, down. Good. We're going to try the same thing on the other side. Breathing in, arms reaching up. Breathing out, releasing into your forward bend. Please try to move on your own time, okay, with your own breath. Inhaling halfway up, exhaling, left foot back. We're staying in that standing position, bending and straightening the front knee just to feel our lower body, our legs start to activate, become stronger here and steadier in the body here. All right, lift up to your back heel. and then plant it down. One more time like that. Good. Next inhale, we're going to add the arms, reaching up. Next exhale, we'll fold over this front leg a little bit. Press back through your back foot. Okay, breathing in, front knee bending, reaching up. Breathing out, releasing. We'll step the back foot forward in line with the other, mountain pose, breathing in. And breathing out, hands together at your heart. Okay. Now we're going to add the lunge. Okay. So we're just going to work on the lunge for the next series, the lower lunge. We're going to work on some of those transitions that can be a bit harder to bring our body into this. Let's see how we do. Breathing in, reaching up. Breathing out, coming over. Good. Breathing in, halfway up. This time we're going to go back down. Exhale and step back through the right leg as far as you can go. Let's lower down with that back knee. Work on opening the hips. If this feels really tight here, add some support for your hands. Come a little bit more upright. You can even come here. Right. Just want you to sink in your lunge for the next few breaths. You can always pad that back knee. Put something underneath it, a nice folded towel or blanket. Okay. And then from here, we're going to lift up to that back knee, come up onto your toes there. We're going to come back to step forward. So we're going to like push our body back to step forward. And if it takes a few steps to get there, no problem. We're in our forward bend again, halfway up. Inhaling, lengthening through your spine. Exhale, sink. Next breath in, we're going to come all the way back up. Root down to rise up. And exhaling. Good. Breathing in, reaching up. Breathing out, we'll come over. Breathing in, halfway. This time the left leg's gonna step back in our lunge. We're gonna lower that knee down. Okay, use support if we need to. Rock your hips back and forth a few times, just helping to loosen them up. Everybody will be in a different place in each posture, so it's your job to find your place. And it's just the right amount of sensation, just the right amount of effort. You can still really enjoy where you are. Okay, good. You can always come up if you need. This time we're going to come up through that back foot, press back with the heel. We're going to press back to spring forward. So we're going to move our weight forward, bring the feet together. Come up halfway, lengthening, exhaling to sink. Breathing in, and we're going to rise up. You can bend your knees, plant there. Reaching up, exhale, hands down. Okay. By now, you might start to notice that your heart rate is beating a little bit quicker. Hopefully your body's feeling good there. We're going to add the last few postures here. So we are going to add the transition from our lunge. Now, instead of coming out of it, we're going to go from lunge to plank. Okay. And then we'll add from plank, we'll go to cobra. From cobra, we'll move to downward dog, back to the lunge, and complete our practice. Breathing in, your next breath in, we'll reach. Breathing out, we'll sink. Breathing in, halfway. Breathing out, stepping back through your right leg. Hold here for a breath or two. Okay, this is the transition. Okay, how do we get this back, or this front foot back in line with your other foot, right? Okay, so we're gonna look back and come in more into like a downward dog for a moment to bring that foot in alignment with the other one. And we're gonna lower down into a plank. So let's come into half plank so we really can work on that alignment of the pelvis, coming into a more of a neutral position, activating those abdominal muscles, strengthening the arms. I'm gonna add something here from plank. We're just gonna go back for a moment and into child's pose. Okay, next time you inhale, come up again. And we're gonna lower down onto the belly. Bend your elbows, lower down. Keep your elbows in at your sides. Come down with your head. Okay, and breathing in, we're gonna rise up just to your place. There's no tightness or constriction in the lower back, right? You can always come to Sphinx. Work on that alignment, opening and lifting through the pelvis and the belly engages to keep your lower back aligned and not compressed. Good. Come down onto the belly, hands down, and push into the earth in order to lift off the belly. So push with your hands, curl your toes under, come back to half plank, and then transition. We can move into half dog. And from here, downward facing dog. Okay, walk your legs out. Lift through your hips. A little bit more weight on the outer side of your hands, right? There's a bit of space underneath the center of the palms. Pull out through your thumbs, your first finger. Good. And when you come down, this is a transition. I'm going to show you, you're probably not looking. So I'm going to talk you through it. You can lift your right leg up, three-legged dog, knee to chest, slide your right foot forward in between your hands. That can be quite difficult for a lot of people. You can come down instead on your knees. Slide your hands in and come up to kneeling. Bring your right foot forward. Okay. I'm going to breathe in, reach the arms. And breathe out, come into the lunge. Come up onto your back knee. Or sorry, come up onto your back foot, lift that back knee. And then we're going to push our hips back to spring forward. Back foot forward, standing forward, bend. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale to sink. Breathing in, we're going to rise all the way back up. Breathing out, hands down. Let's keep it flowing. Breathing in, reaching up. Breathing out all the way down. Breathing in halfway. And this time we're going to step back with the left foot. We're going to come into that lunge pose. Okay, again, if you need support for your hands. Okay, and from here, we are going to transition this front foot back. So lift your hips, look back, step back, plank pose. Okay, you can start from your knees. If you notice your energy is really low today, you don't have to force your body to do things that are more challenging. Breath. This time, knees come down, hips go back for just a moment. And then we're gonna come forward again, sliding down onto the hips and the belly. Cobra. Inhale, lift in the cobra. Exhale, release. We're gonna do this for one more breath. Engage your core. Elbows in. Next pose is downward facing dog, the transition. Bring your hands down, plant through the earth. Rise back up onto your hands and knees. Align your hands for downward dog and lift. Knees off the ground. Breathing here. Okay, one more breath. Now you decide your transition. I showed you last time it could be our leg up, knee in and forward, or come down onto your knees. Slide your hands in, rise up, bring your left foot forward, lunge. Okay. And then we're gonna slide that back foot forward, standing forward bend. Inhaling to rise up. Exhaling down in front. Good. Do you think we could do it one more time? I know you can't actually answer me, but I'm thinking we could try it one more time to sort of really get into the flow now. And so your body gets to know it and you can practice it. Is the sun salutations are really, it could be at the heart of any practice, a home practice. And while we are, the origins are, it's a spiritual practice too, not just physical. So we are honoring the light of the sun. We are honoring the fact that the sun is the heart of our solar system. And we honor it for the physical light and also the spiritual light that it shines on us. Right. So as you do this, we're doing it in reverence of the sun, typically done traditionally at sunrise and facing the sun and just feeling that the light come in. So we'll start to bring that intention more into our practice as we flow here. Okay, breathing in, reaching up. And breathing out, releasing down. Breathing in halfway up. Breathing out, right foot steps back into lunge. Breathing in, lifting through the hips, looking back. And on your breath out, step back into plank. One more breath here. Knees come down. Exhale back. Breathing in, we're going to come forward. Lowering down, elbows bend. Breathing in, rising up. Breathing up, coming down. Preparing for downward dog. Push into the hands. Come off the belly. Downward facing dog for 3 breaths. Okay, you decide the transition from this pose, bringing your right foot forward. Okay, so I want you to do that for yourself. Coming back into the lunge, right foot forward. Next time you exhale, bring your back foot forward. And inhale, let's come all the way back up. And exhale down. One more time. You guys are doing awesome. Breathing in, rising up. Breathing out, coming down. Breathing in halfway. This time the left foot's going to step back. Breathing in, breathing out. We're going to transition into plank. Take a breath here. Exhale, knees down, hips back. Inhaling to cobra. Exhale, head down. Breathing in, rising up, cobra. Exhale, come down. Downward dog. Breathing in and out here for 3 breaths. Okay, decide your transition from downward dog to left foot forward in the lunge. And on your exhale, standing forward bend, bring that back foot forward. Breathing in, come halfway up. Breathing out, sinking down. Breathing in, planting your feet. You can bend your knees all the way up with the arms. Exhale, hands at the heart. take a moment here, pausing for integration of that beautiful series, Surya Namaskar. I bow to the sun, the giver of light and life here on earth. Unconditional light. Breathing in and expanding through your back ribs. Breathing in from, and imagine you've got that mini sun in the very middle of your torso at solar plexus, and it's as you breathe in, you're opening that sun up. Exhale, letting that light and heat release through your entire body. Try that 2 more times, that breath. Inhale, widen and open through your side ribs, your back ribs, right from the center. And exhale, expand it out. It's like a little pump. As you release, it flows that energy through. 1 more time. Good. So your feet connected to the earth, your legs strong and steady. And release your arms. Stand with your palms facing forward. Arms out to the side slightly. And just allow the wonderful sensation, the life-giving force of the sun, the energy of light, shining within as well as shining without onto our being. Okay, so we're gonna step sideways on our mat. We're gonna come into the star pose. The sun is actually our star. And from here, just widen out or turn your toes out. We're gonna come into more of a salute to the earth with this beautiful pose. And then we're gonna open out and lift the heart, lift your chin slightly and exhale again. 1 more time like that. Good, this time inhale, arms open, turn your feet forward, exhale, pull your hands behind you, opening through your arms. We're gonna come into a half forward bend. Breathing in, rising back up. Breathing out, releasing. Okay, breathing in, arms reaching up. Breathing out, we're gonna come into a twist. If you find it too far to the ground to bring your hand down, you can support it again. As we move into this twist, try to keep your hips steady. They're not gonna move into the twist, okay? You can slide your hand, say it's your right hand towards your left foot. Look to the left. And on your next breath in, bend your knees, slowly rise up. And as you exhale again, we're going to come into that twist to the other side. You can also bring your hand to the side of your leg. And some people go towards their big toe, gripping it. Okay. And the next breath in, we'll slowly rise back up. This time, exhale and come straight down. Okay, breathing in, bending the knees, coming all the way back up. Breathing out, hands down in front. I'm going to slide those feet in. Okay. We're going to slowly make our way down to the mat in a seated position. We're going to do a couple more things here. We're going to first come into seated forward bend. We're going to bring the right foot to the inside of the left leg. You can support your seat a little bit, helping to keep bring your pelvis into a neutral position here. So we don't want any rolling back. You want to come upright, be right on those sit bones. You can get use a belt if you'd like to. We're going to breathe in, reach up, and your foot is centered. The left foot as you reach forward. If you can reach for your foot, you can also bend this knee when you start off here. You can also use the belt. Okay, we're going to be here for a few breaths, opening, try to open and lengthen your spine on the inhale. Exhale, fold over your leg. Good, try that one more time. Inhale, lengthen and open from root to crown. And exhale and sink from your hips. Good, breathing in, coming all the way back up. Breathing out, we're gonna bring this right knee up now. Okay, you decide if you want to keep your foot to the inside of that leg or the other side of your leg. For this twist, we're gonna twist to the right. We're gonna bring the right hand behind. And we're gonna you can keep your hand on your left knee, or sorry, left hand on the outside of your right knee to start here. Or you can bring your elbow to the outside of that knee. Try to keep your spine really aligned here. Again, from root to crown. Stay here for 2 more breaths. At the end of this exhalation, unwind from your twist. Okay. And hug that knee in and rock through the hips a little bit, or rock through this hip. Take it into this position here. We can bend that other knee, bring the ankle to the thigh for a moment and feel that nice opening here. We usually do this on the back. You can bring your hands behind you, or you can come forward. Big stretch for the hip, but just do, again, find that right place where it's not too much. You can keep your alignment in your spine, your central channel long from root to crown. And then release that. Okay, we'll be on our seat with the knees bent before we switch sides for the leg stretch and the twist. We're going to come into a bit of the boat. Again, we want to find that alignment from root to crown. So we're on our sit bones, and then you just come slightly back, strengthening here. When you're ready, you can try lifting one leg, as long as that doesn't put you out of alignment in your back. Okay, keep lifted and pulling up, engaging through the front and the back. Test this out in your body. And remember, do what feels good. Okay, if you want to try both legs, try both legs. Again, if you get any sensation in your lower back, you want to release, come back to the starting position and just realign. Find that position that works for you. All right, from here, we're going to straighten out through the right leg. We're going to bend the left knee, bring the foot to the inside of your right leg there. Sit on a little support if that helps you. Inhale, lift up, lengthening through your upper body. If you want to come over with a little bit of a bend to your knee, feel free. Okay, you can use the belt. You can reach for your legs, but you want to reach and open here. Right through your entire back side of your body. Again, you can be more like this with the belt, keeping that spine elongated. And gently, the belt's nice too because I'm gently pulling back a little bit to pull that foot up, centering it. 2 more breaths here. The end of this exhalation, come back, release, inhale, bring the left knee up. We're going to start our twist. Okay, so we're going to twist to the left. You decide what position you want for your foot. And we're going to spiral around through the ribs, through the shoulders, and turning the head if it feels right for you. Breath here. Nice slow rhythmic pace to it. The longer you exhale, the more your body will move into this pose. It'll actually, you might feel it kind of spiral deeper with the long breath out. Try it. At the end of your next exhalation, we're going to release. Okay. Come back to center. We'll rock out this leg a little bit. Move through the hip. Okay, we can start to bring the ankle to the thigh in this position. The trick is here, it's easier on your back to keep your spine aligned, of course. So this is a bit of a work here. It's a bit more core strength, right? To engage and stay lifted and elongated from root to crown while you're opening and stretching your hips. Okay. You decide how much to bend that leg. Shoulders down your back. Okay, and then we'll release. We're going to bend both knees again. This time for more of a full seated forward bend. So we're going to reach up. And when I say full, we're actually going to do more of a modified. And then I'm going to get you to move into it on your own time. So look how I'm keeping my knees bent to start. And I'm folding over the legs. I just want to make sure we're coming over. Opening, reaching, extending, opening through the spine, and then coming over. Now, if this feels great, stay here. I would like to try to support the head in this forward bend, so you can always put a block underneath. You can also go a little bit straighter in your legs. You can also use the belt. I'm just going to give you lots of variations today, so you find your place. Again, it's kind of nice working with the belt wrapped around both feet here, pulling back or pulling back towards you, aligning your feet. Okay, but I also like to reach out through my arms as far as I can forward. If your breath becomes very shallow, you're probably not in your best position. So you want to be able to soften and breathe. So if you're noticing you can't get any breath in your body, try to come a little bit out of your pose. Maintain the nice slow deep breaths and then try again. Okay, also feels amazing to support the head. Don't be concerned if you're not where you want in this pose. It's not about how it looks. It's about how it feels, right? And it's not about achieving a certain position a certain way. I mean, kind of is, but that's a goal. But in the moment, in the here and now, it's about being where you are and accepting that place, not struggling with it, moving into it gracefully and enjoying it. So there's always a way to enjoy each posture. Enjoy what you're doing. Come out, lengthen through your back. We're going to come down right onto the back now. So let's roll down slowly. So start with the weight on the sacrum, the lower back, and then inch your way down vertebra by vertebra. Use your arms to help you lower down. Okay. Once you're on your mid back and you can take your arms off the floor, bring your hands behind your head, a little tractioning for the back of your neck to find a little more length here. Keeping your head lifted with your hands, but coming down like you are going to sink right down. Keep your head off the mat just a few inches. Find that nice stretch through your upper back, your neck. I'm almost to the floor. My fingers are touching actually, but I'm still just working that opening through the spine. Good. And then release. Feel your back settle into the floor. Breathe here. And we'll bring both knees in towards the chest. Rock around a little bit. Okay, widen out through your knees with your feet up in the air. Try to touch your feet together. Reach your arms between your legs. Grab hold of your ankles or your feet. And you can use your elbows here. So just press a little bit into the inner thighs. It's kind of like we're doing a butterfly pose with the feet in the air here. Okay, we'll stay here for one more breath. Release slowly. If you want, you can release your feet down into more of that reclining butterfly pose, feet on the mat now, keeping your legs wide. Noticing if you find there's a lift in your lower back, try to come back to that sacral area, press down. Press your feet together and down. It's okay if your legs lift a little bit from doing that. We want to press that lower back down into the mat. Okay, and you can really press the feet down, opening the hip joints. So you're creating space here in your hip joints doing this. See if you can feel that. And then just soften and release. Okay. Bring the hands to the outsides of your thighs and slowly push back together. And do one more thing. We're going to do the bridge. So plant your feet, arms down at your sides, lift off now, lift the hips off the mat, come up towards the shoulders, lengthen through your neck, chin down slightly in a comfortable way, no tension in your neck. No, so don't tighten your neck, rock it a little bit just to make sure it's loose and then slowly release. Do that 2 more times with breath, inhaling, planting the feet, rising up. Exhale, roll down. Good. One more breath like that. At the end of this exhalation, just let go into the mat. Let your body sink. Let your back settle here. If you'd like to, you can put something underneath your legs for support to extend them right out. You might not need that, but if you notice again, if you lengthen out through your legs, the lower back lifts up. There's that arch. You want to support the legs. Let the lower back settle down. If you'd like to here, you can keep your hands on your body, your belly. Feel your breath, connect to it. Take one last bigger breath in. And on the exhale, a long breath out through the mouth. Good. This time, breath getting more natural, flowing through. Allow your breath to breathe you now. Soften everywhere. Soften any tension in your face, your jaw, teeth apart. Even your tongue softens. You can let it soften right at the roof of your mouth. And take your attention from the face, softening eyes, softening to the back of the head, the skull sinking. From the back of the head, the neck released. Feel the backs of your shoulders into the mat. Let them sink a little bit more. You can help to slide your hands down away from your body. Slide your arms out to the side, slightly palms facing up. Feel the bones of your body getting heavier, sinking. Arms heavy. From the backs of your shoulders again, move your attention down your back to the backs of your hips. Soften through the front of your body. Perhaps feeling more space inwardly. Less constriction and more expansion. As you release and let go, your body expands, your energy expands. Letting your legs go a little bit more. Feet resting. Feel the bottoms of your feet. Feel both legs. Feel your right side of your body. And move your attention to the left side of your body. Feel the midline, the center line of your body. For a moment, move your awareness up from root along the inside core, from root of your pelvis to the belly, from belly to the middle of your torso at the solar plexus, or mini sun, to the center of your heart, the emotional heart, center of your upper chest, center of your throat, center of your head, crown of your head, feel that central line. And feel your whole body as a complete entity. Relaxed and peaceful. Nothing else to do in this moment. Just be here now. Set yourself free, releasing old patterns where our body might naturally want to tense up a little bit. We're resetting that to go. It's okay to let go. It's okay to let go. It's okay to release control. to trust. And then you could start to make your way back. Just even before you move your body, just imagining moving your fingers. And then move your fingers. Imagine moving your feet, toes, and then move your toes. Imagine rocking your head from side to side, and then rock your head. Deepening your breath. And maybe coming into one last stretch here if you want to come to like a full body stretch, reaching your arms over your head, reaching through your toes, and then extending out through your heels. And you can make your way onto your side, supporting your body here for a moment to come out slowly, transitioning. Moving slowly, mindfully up. Can be such a wonderful experience to give yourself this opportunity to just transition, to set a new pace for the day. Setting intentions for how you'd like the rest of your day to unfold. And that could just be whatever you want to work with. Bringing in a quality like peace. Today, I will flow through my life with peace in a peaceful, easy way. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May all beings be peaceful everywhere. Namaste. And thank you so much for joining in today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you again soon.